When you look at the performance of Hyundai in the first quarter of 2026, it feels like watching a company that has truly found its rhythm in a rapidly changing global auto market, because despite economic uncertainty, fluctuating demand, and intense competition, Hyundai managed to deliver a surprisingly strong and balanced performance that highlights both its resilience and its forward-thinking strategy. And right from the start of the year, the company showed that its investments in electric vehicles, hybrid technology, and global expansion are beginning to pay off in a very real way, as total vehicle sales saw a steady increase compared to the same period last year, driven largely by strong demand in North America, parts of Europe, and emerging markets where Hyundai's reputation for reliability and affordability continues to attract new customers. And one of the biggest stories of Q1 2026 has been Hyundai's electric vehicle lineup, which continues to gain momentum as models like the Ioniq series push the brand further into the premium EV conversation, allowing Hyundai to compete not just on price but also on design, technology, and range, which is something that seemed almost unthinkable just a decade ago. And at the same time, the company has not ignored its internal combustion engine lineup either, instead refining it to meet stricter emissions standards while maintaining performance and efficiency, creating a well-rounded portfolio that appeals to a wide range of buyers across different regions and income levels. And financially, the numbers tell an impressive story, as Hyundai reported increased revenue and improved operating margins in Q1 2026, largely due to a favorable product mix that leans toward higher-margin SUVs and electric vehicles, as well as better supply chain stability compared to previous years when global chip shortages and logistics issues created major bottlenecks for automakers worldwide. And speaking of supply chains, Hyundai has made significant progress in localizing production and securing key components such as batteries, which not only reduces risk but also improves cost efficiency over time, giving the company a strategic advantage as the industry continues to shift toward electrification. And another important factor behind Hyundai's Q1 success is its aggressive push into software and connected vehicle technology, as modern consumers increasingly expect their cars to function like smartphones on wheels, and Hyundai has responded by enhancing its infotainment systems, over-the-air update capabilities, and driver assistance features, making its vehicles more appealing to tech-savvy buyers who value convenience and innovation just as much as performance and design. And beyond the numbers, there is also a strong branding story unfolding as Hyundai continues to shed its old image of being just a budget-friendly option and instead positions itself as a forward-looking, design-driven brand that can compete with some of the biggest names in the industry, which is evident in its bold design language and its willingness to experiment with futuristic concepts that eventually make their way into production models. And this shift in perception is especially important in markets like the United States and Europe, where brand image plays a huge role in purchasing decisions. And while everything seems to be going well, it is not without challenges, because Hyundai still faces stiff competition from both traditional automakers and new EV startups, many of which are investing heavily in innovation and marketing to capture market share. And there are also macroeconomic factors to consider, such as interest rates, inflation, and currency fluctuations, which can all impact consumer spending and profitability. But if Q1 2026 is any indication, Hyundai appears well prepared to navigate these challenges thanks to its diversified portfolio and global presence. And another interesting development is Hyundai's continued investment in future mobility solutions, including autonomous driving, hydrogen fuel cell technology, and even urban air mobility, which may not contribute significantly to revenue right now but represent long-term bets that could redefine transportation in the years to come. And this willingness to think beyond traditional automotive boundaries is what sets Hyundai apart from many of its competitors who are still largely focused on short-term gains. And as we move further into 2026, all eyes will be on how Hyundai builds on this strong start, because maintaining momentum in such a competitive and rapidly evolving industry is no easy task. But if the company continues to execute its strategy effectively while staying adaptable to market changes, there is a good chance that 2026 could become one of its most successful years yet. And for consumers, this is actually great news, because it means more innovative, efficient, and competitively priced vehicles to choose from. And for investors, it signals a company that is not only growing but also transforming itself in ways that could ensure long-term sustainability and relevance. So whether you are a car enthusiast, a potential buyer, or someone who simply follows the business side of the automotive world, Hyundai's Q1 2026 performance is definitely something worth paying attention to because it offers a glimpse into the future of mobility and the role this once underestimated brand is now playing on the global stage. When you look at the performance of Hyundai in the first quarter of 2026, it feels like watching a company that has truly found its rhythm in a rapidly changing global auto market, because despite economic uncertainty,